What's up guys, Taiki here, and in this video I'll be going over Bancor Vortex, the liquidity black hole. If you like the content, please like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let's get started. So this is a goal of the channel. I don't just make meme videos, I also look at the fundamentals behind each project to determine whether or not I want to invest in it. As always, none of this is financial advice, this is my opinion. And for full disclosure, I actually do own BNT tokens. I actually bought the dip. Alright, so this is the overview of the video. I structured it in this way so someone dumb like me can understand it. So if I can understand it, then you definitely can if you watch till the end of the video. So what is Bancor Vortex? It basically allows you to stake your BNT into Bancor and get vBNT back, and that token can be used to swap with any other token or whatever you're gonna do with it. And if you want to get your BNT back that you originally put in, you have to basically pay back the equivalent amount of vBNT. So I'm going to go over the how and the what you can actually do with Bancor Vortex, because the latter is what actually matters and what's important. So this is how it works. Let's go over each step one by one. So I buy BNT in the market and I put it into a liquidity pool, right? And the Bancor I put into the liquidity pool is going to remain in the contract and earn trading fees and any other liquidity mining rewards that Bancor might offer. So it's going to grow in value. And by depositing in Bancor BNT, I'm going to get vBNT back. And that vBNT can be used to swap with any other token. So let's say I bullish Bitcoin and I buy wrapped Bitcoin with vBNT or with USDC. And let's say Bitcoin moons, right? Like it triples and I'm happy. And at this point, I want to get my BNT back. I can swap the wrapped Bitcoin to vBNT and to the equivalent amount that I put the original BNT, and get back my BNT plus any other rewards that I got in. Alright, so if this was confusing, don't worry. I'm going to go over practical examples of what you and I can actually do with Bancor Vortex and go over some risks. So I'll go over a few examples, and for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to assume that the price of vBNT is the same as BNT, and I'm depositing $10,000 worth of BNT to get $10,000 worth of vBNT back. Alright, so let's say, in the first example, I'm bullish ETH, right? I think it's gonna moon. I think it's gonna go up, and I wanna buy ETH without selling any of my tokens. I wanna buy ETH without selling my BNT. So I'm gonna swap 1,000 vBNT for 10 ETH, assuming that the price of ETH is $1,000. And let's say there are two scenarios, right? Scenario one is when ETH doubles in price and vBNT stays constant, and scenario two is when vBNT doubles in price and ETH stays constant. So in the first example, when ETH doubles, I can essentially swap 5 ETH for 1,000 vBNT, and I can use that to get my 1,000 BNT back, my original stake, and I basically essentially profit 5 ETH from this transaction, or $10,000. Pretty cool, right? I bought ETH without selling my BNT, and I was rewarded with $10,000. But what if BNT doubles and ETH, the price of ETH, remains constant? Now I'm gonna need 20 ETH to get my 1,000 vBNT back, and then I can swap it back from my original BNT that I originally staked, and I lost 10 ETH, which is $10,000. So these are the two scenarios. Obviously, the price of coins are gonna fluctuate relative to each other, but this is a practical example of what might happen. So if you're buying ETH with BNT, it only makes sense if you think ETH will outperform BNT, right? And if you think about it, if you own vBNT, you're inherently bullish BNT because you bought BNT in the market and you're staking it on Bancor. So you're bullish BNT. So you have to ask yourself, would I want to do this? If you're an experienced trader, it might make sense. But for me, like a retail normie, I might not want to do this because I'm bullish BNT, and if BNT goes up more, then I just lose money. So how I might use Bancor Vortex is a little simple trick that I thought about, where I can basically swap vBNT for USDC, right? Because maybe let's say Bancor it drops 50% in value. If this were to happen and I use vBNT to swap it for USDC, now I can take my 5,000 USDC for 1,000 vBNT, get that back, and profit $5,000. It's essentially like shorting the market in this scenario. So it's a great way to short the price of BNT without having to worry about paying funding, etc. It's one way to do it. And if let's say I'm bearish Bitcoin or Ethereum, I can use vBNT to buy USDC without selling any of my coins and effectively shorting the market. Because rest assured, if Bitcoin or ETH tanks, Bancor BNT is going to dump a lot harder. Okay, so the third example of what you can do with vBNT is to just put it in the liquidity pool for vBNT BNT. So this is the lowest risk, but the demand for this is uber high. It's most likely being front run by bots right now, so I'm definitely not going to be able to do this. But this is the safest way to do it. But right now, there's not that much space for any of us to put in, and obviously the APR is just super high right now. This is bound to go down as the liquidity goes up, but this will be a great way to just stake BNT and just put vBNT into this pool and just earn lots of earn trading fees from Bancor. So in the previous few examples, I just assumed that the price of BNT vBNT is the same. So what if it fluctuates? Like, what is the stability mechanism? And that's a good question. So Bancor has this really cool mechanism where, so there are two scenarios, right? Like whether vBNT is below or above the price of Bancor. So if vBNT is below the price of BNT, the protocol will take the trading fees earned by the protocol and just buy vBNT in the market and burn the token. So it'll just basically reduce the supply of vBNT until the price reaches peg. That's pretty simple. But what if the other way around? What if the price of vBNT is higher? Then the protocol is reliant on market forces. So arbitragers can buy BNT on the market, stake it for vBNT, and arbitrage the difference away for profit until it reaches peg. This might be confusing, so here's an example to make sure that it sticks to your head. So let's say vBNT is $11, BNT is $10. I'm an arbitrager, I'm happy. I'm going to stake 100 BNT for 100 vBNT. And I can swap 100 vBNT for 110 BNT, right? And that's an instant 10 BNT profit. Obviously, there's many bots that are just arbitraging this away, so it's unlikely that you and I can have a chance to just manually do this. But it basically just shows you the stability mechanism that vBNT has. So in summary, vBNT, Bancor Vortex, adds utility for staking BNT on top of rewards you might receive, which is really cool because you can basically use this to leverage trade, whether it be to the long side or to the short side. vBNT BNT pool is the safest way to earn additional rewards, but there's no space for it right now. And the cool thing about Bancor Vortex is that it basically sucks in BNT into the protocol and increases liquidity for the AMM. I call this the liquidity black hole because if you want to use vBNT, you have to buy BNT and lock it into Bancor, and that BNT that's locked in Bancor might be stuck there forever. And this is really cool because I went over this in my previous video, the fundamental analysis on Bancor. But with AMMs, there are two big problems. There's the liquidity problem and the impermanence loss problem. The impermanence loss problem I went over into detail in this video, so I suggest everyone to check this video out if anyone's interested. But the liquidity problem is really, really important because with automated market makers like Uniswap, each liquidity pool is just two assets in its own fishbowl. It's like the way I like to think about it. But with Bancor, but to go back on Uniswap, some pools like USDC and ETH might have lots of liquidity, so it's easy to swap between them. But for another obscure pool like Rook BNT, liquidity might not be so high, so the slippage might be insanely high. But with Bancor, I think of it as one giant fishbowl where there's BNT on the one side that everything is traded against and everything else on the other side. So it increases liquidity, which lowers slippage, which is a better experience for you and I. So with Bancor Vortex, it basically sucks in all the BNT from the market into the protocol, which increases liquidity and reduces slippage. And we can notice this by just looking at the data, right? Total value locked on Bancor is increasing every single day, and as TVL increases, so does the trading swap fees. And as the protocol generates more fees, the protocol can just buy vBNT from the market, and basically just accruing value back to the BNT token. So that's the general summary of Bancor Vortex. If you like the content, please like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.